Hey friends, welcome back to another video. So, has it ever happened with you that sometimes you really want to do something, like it's important, it's good for your growth. Maybe it's exercising to lose weight, maybe it's sending that email, making that phone call, or finally starting that project you have been thinking about for weeks. And then you keep telling yourself, yes, I need to do this. I want to do this. This will help me grow. But then the monkey mind kicks in. And that little voice goes like, कल करते हैं ना, एक और एपिसोड देख लेते हैं. बस एक रील और. Let's take a break first. And before you know it, Instagram is open. You find yourself scrolling through the reels. And by the time you get back to your work, you have already lost 2 to 3 hours of your precious time. Time just slips away again. And then comes the guilt. You feel bad for not doing what you said you would. And that cycle repeats the next day and the next day and the next day. And then you feel stuck, unmotivated, frustrated, and deep down you start doubting yourself. Why can't I just do what I know I need to do? If this is something you go through, trust me, you are not alone. This is something I help people with all the time. And today, we are going to go deeper into why this happens and how to finally break free from this loop. And not by forcing yourself or pushing yourself, but by learning to listen to the right voice inside you. The voice of inspired action, and understanding the shouts of monkey mind and how to avoid them. So we'll talk about how to listen to your heart, how to calm the mental noise, and how to know which action is the right one even when everything feels confusing. By the way, if you are new here, I'm Rachna Dahiya, a holistic life and mind transformation coach, and I work with people just like you who are going through all kinds of life challenges. Whether it's confusion, emotional pain, it can be relationship issues, low confidence, or just feeling stuck in life. So if something is not feeling okay in your world right now and you are ready to shift that, you can book a free clarity call with me. The email is in the description, and so is my WhatsApp number. So we'll just talk heart to heart and let's see where you are at and how I can support you. So let's begin with the video. So many of you must have heard about this quote. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. I'll repeat that quote again. The mind is a wonderful servant and a terrible master. And it's so true. See, your mind is designed to protect you, to think logically, to analyze, compare, doubt, calculate. But when the mind starts running the show alone, it becomes chaotic. It will make you question your own dreams. It will tell you you are not good enough, or that you'll mess it up, so don't even try. And that's where most of us get stuck. Not because we don't know what we want, but because we can't decide whether to trust that inner nudge or not. So how do we really know what's inspired and what's just noise? Let's break it down. So point number 1 is, check the energy behind the thought. Sometimes it's not the thought itself that's the problem. It's the energy that's behind it. Let me explain what that means. So, there are 2 kinds of energies that usually drive our actions. One feels light, curious, peaceful, even joyful. And the other one, it feels heavy, urgent, anxious, or pressurizing. Let's take a simple example. You suddenly get the thought, I should start going to the gym. Now pause and check in with yourself. Does this thought feel exciting, like you are genuinely looking forward to feeling strong and healthy again? Or does it feel like pressure, like you are scolding yourself? I've been so lazy, I have to do this again. That difference is huge. The first one is likely inspired action. It's coming from a place of self-love, a desire to feel better, to expand. And the second one, that's your monkey mind in action. It's using guilt, shame, or fear as motivation, which usually doesn't last long. In fact, it makes you feel stuck, even more resistant, and then we beat ourselves up for not taking action. So, before doing anything, ask yourself, am I doing this because I feel joy and alignment? Or because I feel fear, pressure, or FOMO? If it feels like pressure, take a breath, Don't rush into it. That's not inspiration, that's your mind trying to run the show again. But if there is even a tiny spark of ease or curiosity, follow it. That's your soul nudging you forward. So here comes the point number 2. Notice the body's response. Okay, so let me ask you something. Have you ever made a decision and then felt this weird tightness in your chest, like something just doesn't feel right, but you can't really explain why? Or maybe you thought about doing something and suddenly your stomach felt uneasy or your shoulders got really stiff. That's not random. That's your body talking to you. Your body is incredibly wise. It actually knows before your mind does whether something feels aligned or not. And that's why in this second step we learn to listen to the physical sensations. Here is the thing. Inspired action, the kind that comes from your higher self, usually makes you feel lighter. You might smile a little, you feel a bit more open in your chest. There is a sense of peace or quiet confidence in your body. And monkey mind impulses, on the other hand, they bring tension. You might notice a knot in your stomach, tightness in your jaw, shallow breath, or just this feeling of urgency without clarity. So here is a quick practice you can try right now. Think about one action you have been considering lately. Something small. Maybe sending a message, applying for something, starting a project. And now really sit with it. Close your eyes. And imagine yourself actually doing that thing. And ask yourself, how does my body feel when I think about doing this? Is it relaxed or tensed up? Do you feel drawn toward it, or is it kind of forced? Is there a sense of calm or panic? Your body doesn't lie. Inspired action often brings softness, even if the task is big or scary. There is a kind of knowing that it's right. But when your gut is clenching or your breath is stuck, that's usually your monkey mind is hijacking your system. So next time you are stuck in overthinking, tune into your body. It might just have the answer you were looking for all along. And that brings us to the third point. Inspired action always feels like a pull, not a push. Have you ever felt this gentle pull inside you, like something is softly calling you in a certain direction? Maybe it's an idea that keeps coming back to you, or a person you feel like reconnecting with, or a project you have been thinking about for weeks, but for some reason it just lights you up whenever it crosses your mind. That's inspired action. It doesn't scream, it doesn't push, it simply invites. It feels like a nudge, not a shove. On the other hand, when it's coming from your monkey mind, it feels like pressure. You are not being pulled towards something, you are being pushed, often by guilt or fear, or the fear of missing out. Let's break this down with a super simple example. Let's say you have been meaning to post something on social media for your work or business. If it's inspired action, you'll feel a burst of energy. You'll probably, start jotting down ideas in your notebook because you're excited. You'll feel that creative spark. Even if it takes effort, it doesn't feel heavy. But if it's your monkey mind action, your thoughts might sound like, I should post something today or I'll lose engagement. Everyone else is posting, I'm falling behind. What will people think if I say this? So, do you see the difference? Inspired action whispers, come with me, this feels exciting even if it's challenging. On the other hand, monkey mind yells, you have to do this or you'll fail. And here is something beautiful to remember. Inspiration usually arises when you are not forcing it. It often comes during quiet moments, when you are out for a walk or cooking or journaling. That's why it's so important to not crowd your day with too much noise. Because when you are constantly rushing or checking your phone every 10 minutes, you don't leave any room for that soft inner voice to speak. So here's a quick question to ask yourself the next time you feel stuck. Am I being pulled towards this, or am I pushing myself into it? If it's a pull, go for it. If it's a push, pause, breathe, and listen again. And here is the point number 4 from my side. Beware of instant gratification tricks. This one is sneaky, because it feels so tempting in the moment. Have you noticed how sometimes you sit down to do something important? Maybe finish a task, reply to messages, or work on your dream project. And suddenly, your hand just magically opens Instagram or Netflix. Or you suddenly feel this urge to eat something, scroll endlessly, or watch just one video. That's not inspired action. That's a monkey mind looking for a dopamine hit. It's your brain saying, let's not deal with this hard stuff. Let's find something that feels good now. Now, this doesn't mean you can't rest or have fun. In fact, inspired action can absolutely say, take a break, go for a walk, watch something light. But there is a little difference between both of them. So in inspired rest, it feels nourishing. It recharges you. And monkey mind rest is often escapism, and it leaves you feeling worse afterward. Let's take a real life example. Say you are overwhelmed and the thought of writing that email or finishing that task feels heavy. So your monkey mind says, let's go watch a movie. You'll feel better. But after watching, you feel guilty, still tired, maybe even more anxious because you are now behind on your work. But let's say instead you ask yourself, what do I really need right now? And the answer comes from within. Let's go for a walk, 10 minutes outside, get some air, let's breathe. That's inspired. It's not about what you do, it's about the energy behind it. So next time you are feeling that pull toward a distraction, ask yourself, will this make me feel restored and ready, or more drained and avoidant? The body always knows, so pay close attention to it. So here is point number 5. Inspired action aligns with your bigger vision. This one's powerful. You know why? Because sometimes the action that feels the easiest isn't always the most aligned, and vice versa. Let's say you have a dream to start your own thing, your healing practice, a YouTube channel, writing a book, or finally taking your health seriously. Now, some days, inspired action might be playful and easy, like designing a thumbnail or writing your thoughts in a journal. Other days, inspired action might feel challenging, like making that scary phone call or investing in a course that pushes you. But in both cases, you feel somewhere inside that this action is helping you move closer to your vision. That's the test. Ask yourself, is this action helping me become the person I want to be? The monkey mind doesn't care about your bigger picture. It cares about safety, comfort, the known zone. So it will say something like, don't post that, people might judge you. Skip the workout, just do it tomorrow. Don't sign up for that thing, what if it doesn't work? So, you see, it will trick you into thinking it's protecting you, but really it's keeping you stuck. So here is a simple trick I use. Whenever I feel confused, I ask myself, will this action take me one step closer to the life I deeply want? Or am I doing this just to avoid discomfort right now? If it brings me even one tiny step closer to my dreams, I go for it. Even if it's scary, even if I don't feel 100% ready. Because the truth is, you rarely feel ready for the things that matter most. But if your heart knows it's aligned, that's enough. So, let's pause for a minute and practice this together. Let's close your eyes and put your hand on your heart. Take a few slow breaths. And now think of one decision you are confused about. Anything. Ask yourself, does this come from inspiration or fear? And notice how your body feels. What thoughts are showing up? What would your higher self say right now? No pressure, no judgment, just observe. Feel it, that tiny moment of peace, That's you, the real you coming through. Open your eyes. So, my friend, the next time you feel lost in thoughts or unsure what to do, just pause. Come back to your body, your breath, your heart. Your monkey mind will always shout, but your true self whispers. And when you start tuning in, life flows. If you need help quieting the noise or finding clarity in your life, I'm here. As a life and mind transformation coach, I help people just like you break old patterns, connect to their inner wisdom, and take action from alignment. You can book a free clarity call with me, and the email and WhatsApp number are given in the description below. And let's heal together and let's live inspired. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with someone who's been feeling confused or overwhelmed lately. It might help them too, So, this is it from my side. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep listening to your heart. Thank you.